So, welcome back to another episode of Symphogear. So, in the previous episode, a lot of things went down and it felt like a pretty big breaking point for some of the things or some of the characters. Especially Tsubasa used her superb song. She's just ready to, sacrifice herself at a moment's notice. She's immediately, whenever she has a reason, she's just ready to be like, you know what? I feel like this is a good time to sacrifice myself. And I was like, whoa. So she ended up using it, but she ended up surviving because I read your guys' comments and stuff like that. So the difference between Kanade and Tsubasa is Tsubasa ended up being awakening the powers of the attuned purely by herself, just kind of like how Hibiki did it, right? Purely by talent, right? Whereas Kanade ended up awakening those powers by, like, artificially, with taking in the serum or whatever it is. So because of that, Tsubasa is more attuned, is more in tune, or more synchronous with the entire power than Kanade is, and that's why she didn't take as much recoil damage as Kanade did. So it's not that the superb song is doomed or is not deemed to kill you necessarily, but it's gonna hurt you really, really badly if you're talented, if you have a big talent for it, or if you don't have a big talent, if you have been just awakened, it's most likely going to, end up sacrificing your life, which is interesting. I wonder how much more we're gonna see of that. I wonder if we're gonna be seeing more people who are artificially awakened, or if Kanade is like a one-off. I guess we'll see. But yeah, it was brutally animated, the entire sequence with Tsubasa. But she is recovering right now in the hospital, and Hibiki went on a bit of a training arc at the very end of the episode with the Chad Ginjuro, I think, Tsubasa's uncle. So she went on a bit of a training arc, and I'm guessing it's gonna help her out a bit, but still she seems very, very eager to do things that she's not ready for. I hope she's gonna be a bit more ready for them now. Also, I feel really, really bad for Miku because she just wants Hibiki to be safe, but Hibiki can't tell her about what she's doing, so all that Miku can do is worry about her, and it feels really bad. And especially because we know how it ends up. Well, we know how it ends, so it feels really bad seeing Miku like this and knowing that the inevitable is to come. So yeah, anyways, I guess let's see where this episode takes us. So if you want to watch this uncut and unblurred, it's gonna be on my Patreon, which is down in the description. And without further ado, let's go into Symphogear episode 5. Oh, Miku. Damn! Damn! The koi! Yo! Is that Hibiki and Miku? Feels bad. Okay, I think we saw some new shots and stuff like that.
What happened to the activation test of Holy Relic we handed over?
As reported, activation test of Holy Relic significant level of pointing gain. It can't be done so easy.
Are these the Americans?
Unveiling the vanished prehistoric civilization technology, and definitely making it be our own.
So it's give and take. I appreciate for its pride from your country. I require your success on the docking today too.
Only stockings and
You
gloves?
absolutely have a mind to use me. If that's the case, let's see your action that matches this deal.
The guy is really good.
I understand. As there is a saying that more docile dog is longer to live.
What? Excuse me?
ヤヒで下劣。生まれた国の品格そのままで平気。
Damn.
そんな男にソロモンの杖がすでに起動していることを教える道理はないわよね。クリス。
Chris. I think we saw her in the opening.
かわいそうなクリス。あなたがぐずぐず戸惑うからよ。誘い出されたあの子をここまで連れてくればいい。
So she is the armor girl. Okay.
手間取ったどころか空手で戻ってくるなんて。
Chris.
これでいいんだよな。何？私の望みを叶えるにはお前に従っていればいいんだよな。そうよ。だからあなたは私のすべてを受け入れなさい。でないと嫌いになっちゃうわよ。
Her wish. Ooh.
可愛いわよクリス。私だけがあなたを愛してあげられる。覚えておいてね。
Ma'am.
痛みだけが人の心をつないで絆と結ぶ世界の真実ということを。さあ、一緒に食事をしましょうね。
Yo, is that some champagne? Mm.
立花さん、
Damn.
立花響さんはいつものおせっかいでまた遅刻ですか？
So, so the Chris and the girl that's working with Chris, or that is like Chris's master or whatever, they're working with the Americans, it seems, right? She doesn't necessarily really like Americans, but she's working with them. Interesting. Damn, they really did the Americans dirty. They're like, they really called their country filthy. Damn. No comment. But yeah, crazy. So Chris is in like a bit of a pickle right now, and it seems like she has been promised to get like some kind of reward for this, or like a goal to. She has been promised to achieve her own goal if she keeps up with this, which seems like I have a bad feeling that it might not happen. I wonder who she is, that blonde chick. I guess we'll find out. Interesting. So that was pretty fast. I didn't think that Chris was gonna be this kind of a soft character when we see her out of armor. But she doesn't seem like, she seemed very bratty, very villainy when we saw her in the armor, but she seems totally different now. Interesting. Aw, Miko is the best, man. I love Miko.
本当にしょうがないですね。嘘つき。朝からハードすぎますよ。
頼んだぞアスロチャンピオン。
はい、ご苦労様。すいません。自分でやると決めたくせに申し訳ないんですけど、何も裏若き女子高生に頼まなくてもノイズと戦える武器って他にないんですか？外国
Good
ですか？
question.
にはないな。日本だってシンフォギアは最重要機密事項として完全非公開だ。
私、あんまり気にしないで結構派手にやらかしてるかも。情報封鎖もニカの仕事だから。
だけど時々無理を通すから今や我々のことをよく思っていない閣僚や省庁だらけだ。特異災害対策機動部2課を縮め突起物って揶揄されてる。
情報の秘匿は政府上層部の指示だってのにね。やりきれない。
いずれシンフォギアを有利な外交カードにしようと目論んでいるんだろう。
Ah, that checks out.
EU や米国はいつだって回転の機会を伺っているはず。シンフォギアの開発は基地の系統とは全く異なるところから突然発生した理論と技術によって成り立っているわ。日本以外の他の国では到底真似できないからなおさら欲しいのでしょうね。結局やっぱりいろいろとややこしい。
Wait, so only Japan has Symphogear? Or like has Symphogears? Or Valkyries, I should say. Only Japan has Valkyries? How do the other countries just have to evacuate? I'm guessing the noise is not only in Japan, right? Because if it were, then this wouldn't be a problem that they're talking about right now. So I'm guessing it's all over the world. And if the other countries don't have Valkyries, then does that mean that they just have to evacuate the people as fast as possible, minimize the casualties, and wait for the noise to just deteriorate by itself, and then that's when they can let the people back in, and that's kind of how they do the damage control. That's it. They can defeat the noise. Interesting. If that is the case, then that's kind of whack. That's kind of crazy. I feel like, I don't know. I'm not gonna. I feel like there's obviously a lot of politics behind this, but is it fair for them to just keep it to themselves and not let any other? If that is the case, I maybe have it wrong. Maybe they do have their own versions of Valkyries, but if they don't, then I feel like keeping it purely for Japan, from a political standpoint, makes sense. From a moral standpoint, doesn't make sense.
ですよね。あれ、師匠、そういえば涼子さんは
永田調査。
永田町？
政府のお偉いさんに呼び出されてね。本部の安全性および防衛システムについて関係閣僚に対し説明義務を果たしに行っている。仕方のないことさ。
本当、何もかもがややこしいんですね。
ルールをややこしくするのはいつも責任を取らずに立ち回りたい連中なんだが、その点広木防衛大臣は涼子君の戻りが遅れているようだな。
Oh, a question I have, another one. Of course. The anime trope of sneezing. You guys seem to know a lot of information about just everything that's happening. And even not just spoilers, but like information that's like extra information. And this is an anime original. So do you guys know that information from like the manga that was written after the anime? Or where do you guys know the information from? Like the fact that this is happening in the future. I'm pretty sure that was never mentioned. And the actual exact dates of like date of birth of all of the people in this, and the exact year in which this is happening and stuff like that, and like the exact descriptions of what the noise is and stuff like that. You guys seem to know all of those details, even though they've never been mentioned, and this is not based on any source material. So where do you guys know those information from? Is it from like the manga, or is it like from something else? I don't know.
誰かが私を噂しているのかな。今日はいいお天気ね。
Jesus.
なんだかラッキーなことがありそうな予感。私、生きてる。違う。
Oh,
死に損なっただけ。
her foot blade is broken.
何のために生きて、何のために死んだのだろう。真面目が過ぎるぞ、翼。あんまりガチガチだと、そのうちぽっきりいっちゃいそうだ。
Ooh.
一人になって私は一層の研鑽を重ねてきた。数えきれないほどのノイズを倒し、視線を超え、そこに意味など求めず、ただひたすら戦い続けてきた。そして気づいたんだ。私の命にも意味や価値がないってことに。戦いの裏側とかその向こうにはまた違ったものがあるんじゃないかな。私はそう考えてきたし、そいつを見てきた。それは何？自分で見つけるものじゃないかな。
Of course.
奏は私に意地悪だ。だけど、私に意地悪な奏はもういないんだよね。そいつは結構なことじゃないか。私は嫌だ。奏にそばにいてほしいんだよ。私がそばにいるか遠くにいるかは、翼が決めることさ。私が？だったら私は。
Oh.
先生、患者の意識が。
各部のメディカルチェックだ。急げ。
はいはいはい。
Okay.
不思議な感覚。まるで世界から切り抜かれて、私だけ時間がゆっくり流れているような。そうか。私、仕事でも任務でもないのに、学校を休むの初めてなんだ。精神症は絶望的か。心配しないで、奏。私、 じめじゃないからぽっきり
I
折
mean,
れ
I,
たりし
I feel like her. Is it safe to say obsession? Sure, let's call it obsession, even though I don't think it's the perfect word to use here. I feel like her obsession with Kanade, her reliance, maybe, dependence on Kanade as a concept, as a goal, is definitely what's keeping her chained up in this mental struggle that she has. And obviously it's easier to say like that she should just, I don't know, think differently, or that she should just let it go, right? Obviously, that's way easier to say than to do. But I feel like that's gonna be the main thing that she's gonna be struggling with. Is I feel like she's gonna need to find reasons to fight apart from just Kanade. I feel like fighting for someone, or fighting out of hate, or out of sorrow, out of mourning someone else, is never gonna feel fulfilling, right? And I feel like she's gonna end up just throwing herself into the most dangerous situations, thinking that she's fighting to avenge someone, when in reality, she's just being reckless. So I feel like, I mean, that's kind of similarly to what happened just with the Superb song, because I feel like that situation could be resolved without her using that. But she ended up, of course, hastily using it because she thought it was the correct thing, the only thing that she could do, because she was trying to do a similar thing as Kanade did. So yeah, I feel like that's gonna be a big thing with her as a character, is realizing how to do things without, like, for herself and not just for Kanade, right?
だからこうして今日も無様に生き恥をさらしている。
電話一本で予定を保護にされてしまったか。まったく野放図な連中だ。旧陸軍由来の特務機関とはいえ、いささか放縦が過ぎるのではありませんか。それでも得意災害に対抗しうる唯一無二の切り札だ。私の役目は連中の勝手気ままをできる限り守ってやることなのだが、突起物とはよく言ったもので。
Also, I'm gonna pause it again. Whoa, what's happening here? Let me go back 5. Oh my god, I just saw a big... Okay, a big thing happen. What I was gonna say is, I don't fully understand the politics behind this, because I feel like if you have one weapon, and one weapon only, that can fight one of the biggest threats in the entire planet right now, which is the noise, and you only one division that you have can fight them, wouldn't you want to at least invest some resources into it? I get the politics behind it, that they want to use it as a bargaining chip to increase their political power and stuff like that, and standing in the world. But inside the country, wouldn't you be more than happy to invest a lot of your resources into it? Because I feel like then the growth of how much that token is worth in global trades would rise exponentially. Like, I feel like you would get back that that kind of investment, like, tens amounts of fold, right? I feel like tenfold, or even more so. So I don't know. I don't get the politics behind them really disliking the entire unit here, because I feel like they are the most respectful unit that you have, not just in the country, but one of the most respectful units in the world, right? What happened here, though? Look at the truck. Boom. Oh. 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 It's those damned Americans. Always there to ruin everything. This is so 2010. Oh, sorry, 12.
心配してくれてありがとう。そして政府から受領した機密指令も無事よ。任務遂行
Ah, all good then.
広木防衛大臣の弔
So
いだ
was that a fake?
私立リディアン音楽院高等科、つまり特異災害対策機動部2課本部を中心に頻発しているノイズ発生の事例から、その狙いは本部最大区画アビスに厳重保管されているサクリスト D デュランダルの強奪目的と政府は結論付けました。
I'm going back to the entire explanation, but let me think. They zoomed in on the bloodstain on the side of the briefcase for a bit, so that makes me think that obviously that's important, the way that they zoomed in. So is it supposed to be the same briefcase that we saw in the Prime Minister's car? Maybe. And if that's the case, is Ryoko working with the Americans and she got the briefcase from the Prime Ministers from the Americans? That could be one possibility. The other possibility would be that we don't know yet, that we don't have enough information yet. Because I feel like I can't think of anything else that would be relevant with the bloodstain on it, right? Yeah, I think, yeah, so it's either or. It's either something that we'll get to see in the future, or she's actually somehow connected with the Americans and she got that briefcase from the car of the Prime Minister. Oh, interesting. Let me see this explanation though.
私立リディアン音楽院高等科、つまり特異災害対策機動部2課本部を中心に頻発しているノイズ発生の事例から、その狙いは本部最大区画アビスに厳重保管されているサクリスト D
Yes,
デュランダルの強奪目的と政府は結論付けました。
the Abyss.
デュ
Okay,
ランダル
yes.
EU 連合が経済発
Few
展
complete
した際
relics. Okay, just like the armor, right? The EU.
日本
Oh.
政府が管理保管することになった数少ない完全生物の一つ。
移送するたってどこにですか？ここ以上の防衛システムなんて。
永田町最深部の特別電算室、通称記憶の遺跡。そこ
Ruins of memory.
ということだ。どの道、俺たちがコッパ役人である以上、お上の意向には逆らえないさ。
It would be like that.
予定移送日時は明朝丸5丸々。詳細はこのメモリーチップに記載されています。あそこがアビスですか。東京スカイタワー3本分、地下1800メートルにあるのよ。はい、じゃあ予定時間まで休んでいなさい。あなたのお仕事はそれからよ。はい。ちょっと朝からどこ行ってたの？いきなり修行とか言われても。そのつまりいいですね。ちゃんと説明して。ごめん、もう行かなくっちゃ。
Oh. Oh.
心配もさせてもらえないの？
I would be so anxious if I was Miku, man. I would be curled up on my bed.
絶対ミクを怒らせちゃったよね。
I don't think it's mad. I think it's just
こんな気持ち
worried.
じゃ寝られないよ。男の人ってこういうのとかスケベ本とか好きだよね。
Ah, the old school newspapers.
情報操作も僕の役目でして。
小川さん。
翼さんですが、一番危険な状態を脱しました。ですが、しばらくは2課の医療施設にて安静が必要です。月末のライブも中止ですね。さて、ファンの皆さんにどう謝るか、響さんも一緒に考えてくれませんか？いや、そんなつもりは。ごめんなさい。責めるつもりはありませんでした。伝えたかったのは、何事もたくさんの人間が少しずついろんなところでバックアップしているということです。だから響さんももう少し肩の力を抜いても大丈夫じゃないでしょうか。
優しいんですね、小川さんは。
怖がりなだけです。本当に優しい人は他にいますよ。
少し楽になりました。ありがとうございます。私、張り切って休んでおきますね。
翼さんも響さんくらい素直になってくれたらな。
I wonder about that.
防衛大臣殺害犯を検挙する名目で検問を配備。記憶の遺跡まで一気に駆け抜ける。
名付けて天下の往来独り占め作戦。
The entire... Damn! Oh!
しっかり捕まっててね。私もドラテクは凶暴よ。
Damn, that was a expandable body, I guess.
この展開、想定していたより早いかも。
Damn, another one?
源次郎君、調査や
Genjiro, yes.
この先の薬品工場で爆発でも起きたら、ジュランダルは
分かっている。さっきから護衛車を的確に狙い撃ちしてくるの。ノイズがデュランダルを損壊させないよう制御されている。
Under sentient control.
狙いがデュランダルの確保なら、あえて危険な地域に滑り込み、攻め手を封じるって相談だ。
賞賛は
思いつきを数字で語れるものだよ。
Oh, damn, dude, so many people are dying in this. Here she is. Is that Chris, right? Oh, huh?
しょうがないわね。あなたのやりたいことをやりたいようにやりたく
Huh? What did she do? What? Wait, before she sings. So Ryoko has some kind of power. That doesn't seem like a person who, like an attuned person, doesn't have any kind of innate powers, right? They can just synchronize with the relics and bring out the power of the relic, but they themselves don't have a power, right? So Ryoko having this is not purely something that every attuned can do. So there's more to Ryoko. Of course, Ryoko seems like a very suspicious character. I feel like there's gonna be a lot more to her. Not only is she extremely smart, she also does things that are very suspicious, as I said. So I wonder what she's up to. I wonder if she's on our side or not. And yeah, I wonder how she can do those things. Here we go. Gungnir. Oh! You got this. The training is gonna come in clutch. Oh. Oh. Ooh. Dude, some of the action animation is actually really good in this. I actually really like some of the action animation. Is she gonna take in Durandal as well? There's no way. Ooh! There's no way she gets Durandal. Psych! Ooh! Oh, it's going Super Saiyan! Uh-oh. Yo! That's sick. It's an Excalibur? Oh. Nah, she's crazy. She's crazy. God damn! It's actually an Excalibur. That's crazy. Nah. I'm gonna need answers from her. Until then, I don't trust her. There's way too many variables to her. Nah. Let's watch the ending. Okay, so based on the ending, are we really gonna be adding angels? Maybe not. Maybe that was purely a symbolic representation, like a person with like the angel wings. We saw that in the opening as well, and now that I think about it, it's also in the logo of the series, right? There's an, like, I'm guessing Hibiki with angel wings, or like at least a person, a Valkyrie with angel wings. So I wonder if we're actually gonna be going full Evangelion and adding in angels as well. It feels like definitely, I really like how much inspiration this is taking from Evangelion. I really like it. Like, at least when it comes to the premise of it, right? But the ending looks so dark, like, and so gruesome. Oh, interesting. So much more than what the series has been showing us so far and what the opening showed us. Even though the series has had some really dark moments and really fucked up moments, the ending just looks like a straight up horror gore anime, right? So that's interesting. But anyways, the Durandal got awakened by Hibiki. Now, I don't know what that's gonna end up meaning. It's a full, like a full relic, right? What's it called? A complete relic, which means that anyone can wield it, even if they're not attuned, right? I think so, right? Yeah, that was the whole point. So someone who is attuned needs to activate it, and then after it's activated, anyone can wield it, right? I think so. I think that's how it works. Which is how Chris is also wearing the armor, because she doesn't need to be necessarily attuned. As long as someone who is attuned activates it, then she can wear it and make use of it, right? That's how it works. That's why, actually, I don't think Chris was, I don't think she was singing when she was attacking, right? Because she doesn't need to provide power to it, because it's fully activated. I believe, I could be wrong, this is me speculating. But yeah, interesting. So yeah, as I said, there's a lot of politics going on in this episode. It seems like the Japanese government and the Valkyrie, or this division, is definitely having a lot of conflicts. and it's mostly due to how the politics work and their goals and stuff like that. The Americans are still as relentless as ever. And there's a new character who's like the Chris's master, who seems pretty crazy. And yeah, Ryoko seems very suspicious as well. And also Hibiki got stronger, but she's still very much at mercy of her own emotions, rage, evil emotions. I don't know what it is. Something that makes her go berserk. Those emotions that seem very dangerous. She definitely still relies on those when things get tough. So it's gonna be interesting finding out what that is and like finding out more about Hibiki, because it feels like she is the one that's, or she is very, she's an interesting character. Like on the surface, without those rage moments, she would just seem like a very shonen-y character. But with those rage moments and like some comments that were said in the past episodes, it seems like there's definitely way more to her that we still don't know about. And I just feel bad for Miku. For everything, throughout everything that's going on, Miku is just, she's the most realistic character. She's just a very normal girl who's very worried for the person, like, I don't know, her crush. I don't know if they're like dating or if she's just a crush or anything, but yeah, she's just worried for her or her friend or whatever. She's just really worried for her, and I feel horrible for Miku because she can't really do anything apart from being anxious, right? Because, well, Hibiki isn't telling her anything, not that she can, but still, yeah, I feel bad for Miku. But yeah, either way, I am anxious to see how this is gonna go on. I feel like it's going in a direction that's gonna be really interesting, but also pretty heavy at times. So I'm excited and scared to see where it goes. But I'm gonna end this one here. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.